Okay, hi. So we are discussing meditation, and maybe you're like, hey, sounds great, but how do I meditate? You can learn great meditation through Vipassana meditation. You can go on retreats, they're 10-day retreats, silent retreats. No talking, no phone, no this, no that. They give you formal instruction of specifically how to learn this technique, but I'm going to do a vague run through so that if you do or are getting a little inspiration from maybe the things that you want to stop from what we're talking about, the way to start is decide, like, do you know what, in that next 10 minutes where I could do what I always do, watch a YouTube video or sit around looking at my phone or whatever. And my sister told me something. She said people don't have hobbies anymore, their hobbies look on their phone, which is pretty funny. So how about you just take 10 minutes, set an alarm, see if you see. So anyway, you'll sit down, and what we're going to start doing first of all is you're going to just concentrate on your breath. You're going to close your eyes and you're just going to literally notice breathing in and breathing out, and you're going to see how long you can focus your whole attention on just your breath of breathing in and breathing out. We'll start there. Basic, beginning, huge. Do that for the rest of your life and you're going to be in a better place, but we're going to just start there. So if you want to try meditating, you're going to sit down, sit comfortably, whatever, lean against something if you want. Best thing for meditation is to sit with your spine upright, so you're actually beginning the process of a whole body experience via your channels. But again, we won't get into that. We'll just say sit down, try and have a straight back. If you want to sit on a chair, fine. If you want to sit on the floor, awesome. Sit cross-legged. And you're just doing that because when you do start meditating for longer, you automatically are in a better position physically to forget that you are sitting and meditating, and you can just meditate. So the less things you've got around you to distract you, e.g. maybe you want to, first of all, you just want to sit with your legs open. That's fine. But then when you want to sit like that for a long time, you actually can't. You sit with them and your spine aches and all this. Maybe you just want to lean this time. Okay, but again, you will want to move at some point. So the normal position of meditation with cross-legged, hands open or palms up or hands on the knees, it is purely, from what I've realised, learned, without concentrating on the teachings of meditation, the sitting posture. I sit in that posture, one, because the teachings, but two, because it's a really comfortable position to stop thinking about you are sitting. It actually allows this real, peaceful clarity that you're not actually concerned or concentrating on how your body feels. You're actually just in a relaxed position where you can be still for a long time. So if you're going to try and do the breathing, so if you can sit cross-legged, palms inside each other, again, just to try and ignore that. So whoever's comfortable, if you want to put your palms underneath your tummy, lift your tummy up, rest your tummy if you've got a little bit of a pouch, little bit there, do that. Whatever you like roll your shoulders for a minute if you think you need to. But otherwise, if you just really start from the beginning, you're going to sit and straight away you're going to be like, oh, you're going to want to itch this, you want to stretch, you'll keep moving. But that's the point. The point is, start from wherever you are. And when people say, oh, I can't meditate, I think too much, I can't sit still, it's like, yeah, that's the whole point. You wouldn't say, I can't drive a car because I haven't done lessons, or I can't be a scientist because I can't do science. You'd then go and do a science degree, and you'd go and take lessons in driving a car. So someone saying, I can't meditate because I think too much, it's like, oh, you can't do anything without training to do it. You can't juggle the first time you hold balls. It takes practice. And what better practice than to practice calming your mind? Whoa, what? Why is this not just a general amazing thing that everyone does? I want people just sitting on buses, eyes closed, boom, rather than, oh God, taking so long, I've got my phone out the window, what have I got to do? No, man, be in the moment. Anyway, so sit down, cross leg, cross arms, hands together, whatever you like, concentrate on the breath. And what we mean by this is, you're going to breathe in, You're going to really focus and try and focus your whole attention on just the idea that you are aware of your breathing in. Again, breathe out. Every other thought that you possibly could have, which is anything, any single feeling your body's feeling, you could focus on that instead. But the point of meditation is that you're trying to teach yourself that you are in charge of what you think, and you use the breath as that point of focus because, one, it is what you are. So by concentrating on other things that are you, fine. But if you are so like able to, I choose to think about it, I choose to think, okay, well then choose to think about your breath. Oh no, I can't do that. Well then I don't know, that's a bit incongruent. Either you can choose what you think about the whole time, or you can't. And if you can't sit and think about the breath, then you can't think about anything. That's the way I see it. So if you can, great. We'll sit down and we'll focus on the breath. See how long you can concentrate on it. When you start, it's literally a split second and your mind goes. You just think, oh, I'm breathing in, and then you're like, oh, how many times have I breathed in? Oh, and you just go off and you're like, oh, damn, I literally couldn't even think about it for the in and the out, like 2 times. So you sit there and just give yourself however long you can just to totally see if you can, which is pretty general that people can't. If you've never sat and thought about your breath, you've never done that. Like if I said sit down and think about small but a Pythagoras theorem, you might think it wouldn't just come to you unless you do maths a lot, fine. But anything, yeah. The point is with the concentrating on the breath is that it is you. It's the only thing in the world, in theory, that you can focus on the outside, that you're in control of, but also that you can be passive, you can have passive awareness to, because it's actually happening to you, but you can also control it. So I can just talk and not think about breathing, or I can be in control of it and I can take bigger breaths and out breaths. So if you were wondering, that's why people do concentrate on why the techniques of meditation are on the breath, because once you've focused on it and you choose to focus on it and you can hold your awareness in it, then whilst you're being aware of it, you're also aware that it's happening to you, meaning that you're not even in control of that. So when you start paying attention to the breath, once you've started meditating for a while, you're like focusing on something that is you, but you're also not having to concentrate on it, because it's something being done to you, something done for you. It's this weird, beautiful, obviously once you get into it, beautiful sensation that you realise, I'm just going to let my mind be free, because I don't have to think about breathing anymore, because I've physically experienced it doing it anyway. So it's this like circle pattern of answer, question, answer, question. Can I focus on the breath? No. Okay, sit down, let's keep focusing. In a minute you might focus on it once, but then the second minute you might focus on it 1.5. The third minute you might focus on it twice. Or even in 10 minutes you might only focus on it once. But better than none. So the next time you sit down, you might be able to focus on it for 1 breath in and 1 breath out, and you're like, oh, yeah, and then your mind goes off, and that's it. Once you start doing this repeatedly, and you sit there for even 5 minutes, and you're purely in this awareness of focus on the breath, you've just had 5 minutes of pure, no other thoughts, no one else inside your head, nothing else coming in, nothing else going out. You're like not spreading any negativity, you're not gaining any negativity, you're purely just in this calm space where nothing actually changed around you, but you changed what was happening inside you by saying, stop now, I'm choosing to do this thing. Everything else stop. In any other way of life, in normal UK way of life, Western way of life, is there a point when we tell ourselves this is the only thing we are going to do? Because feel free, obviously, other techniques, and please please tell me. You know, if people go swimming and they're like, the only thing I was thinking about right then was swimming, awesome. People running, awesome, because they're all physical experiences. But other than those physical experiences where you have the proper dedication and discipline for, I don't know. I think if someone was walking down the road because they're like, oh, I want to go for a walk, I think they're going for a walk and they're thinking about this, they're thinking about that. I'm not sure I know of another way of just training the mind to literally do exactly as we want. Right then, I'm sitting down now and I'm meditating and nothing else is coming in. Pretty good. So sit down, hands together, close your eyes. Breathing in, breathing out. Concentrate on that. Once you've concentrated on that for a while, just see. I'm not going to get any further than that, because if you're just starting, there's no need to get any further. We will get further every single day. But for today, just see. And what you can find funny in it is if you cannot concentrate on your breath, which is really likely, so don't like panic or anything or think. Or if you can, don't be like, oh, I can, because, well, okay, that's cool. That is cool if you can. Then we'll come to the next part, the next part, the next part, the next part, the next part. So, yeah, focus on the breath. And then when you do it, and if you can't focus on the breath, find it funny, because it's like a big shock. You're like, oh my God, my head is so fast. It like won't shut up. It literally won't shut up. Like I thought I was sitting down to shut it up or to quieten it or to just do this thing, but I can't. It's saying this and this and this. And then you realise, wait a minute, I am trying not to think about anything else. I'm trying to think about the breath, but my head is giving me loads more information and loads more thoughts, but I'm not even choosing that. So if I'm not choosing it, and I've just realised I'm not choosing it because I've tried to do something where I am not thinking, that must be happening 24 hours a day. Do you know what I'm saying there? If you've sat down and you say, I'm going to meditate. This sounds good. This sounds easy. Concentrate on the breath. Close your eyes. Concentrate on the breath. And I'm breathing in. I'm breathing out. I must pick up those hats later, though. Oh, breathe in. Breathe out. Did I lock the door? Oh, breathe in. What am I going to eat later? What have I got for dinner? Oh. When all these things are coming, that's when you can actually respond to it and be like, whoa, hang on a minute. Maybe there's something in this. Maybe when I'm going about my whole life and I'm being me and I'm responding and I'm reacting and I'm speaking about this subject and I'm interested in this and I'm Googling this and I'm reading this and I'm watching this and I'm eating this. If they were just all constant things being like a pattern in your head going, now, do this, next, rather than pause. Maybe there's a different way of living your life than what you have now. Maybe there is. And that's pretty exciting. If you're in a bad place, that's pretty exciting. And like that first minute of meditating, just take that, because you want to live in the moment, right? So either live in the moment of 23 hours and 50 minutes of crap, where you're like overwhelmed, stressed, confused, not sure about direction, anything like that, with 10 minutes of, oh, I just done something really weird and really new. And maybe that gives me the option. Maybe that makes me realise, if I can do it for 10 minutes, maybe I can do it for 20, and then you get more and more and more. And then once you've been meditating for a long time, you're always in that state. You're in a 24-hour day state of meditation where you are choosing what your brain says. So if a little thing comes in and goes, oh, you're not good enough, your brain just is like, that was the brain saying some crap again. Totally wasn't my choice. Totally wasn't me. Totally is maybe because someone just said, oh, you're crap or something, or whatever. It doesn't come in because you've physically experienced the sensation of that will happen all the time unless you change it. So then once you change it and it happens, you look at it rather than be in it. You look at it, you're like, damn, brain, you need to calm down. You need to really like listen to the meditation side of my brain, because you got some serious issues back there because you're in the new space. Hopefully that helps a little bit. See, just see. Good times.